Welcome back to States and Kingdoms. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to talk about some recent pickups from a few vinyl stores that we frequent.
Right.
And also maybe ordered. Did we order any of these?
No.
Strike that.
These are recent vinyl pickups. These are
Yes.
recent vinyl finds. Number one. Drum roll.
REM.
Can you see this? Yep. REM, Chronic Town. So I was looking for this for a while. Obviously, you can just, if you're really looking for something, you just order it. You know, I mean...
But that's not fun.
Exactly. The fun of it is trying to find these things.
The hunt. The chase.
None of the ones that we're going to show today was I actually really actively looking for. Like, I have a list of things I'm looking for. This is one. This is one of only two that actually was kind of really on that list. I was thinking, you know, I'd like to find...
Of REM? Or it's just a list of all bands?
All bands.
Is this an REM? Okay, just clarifying.
No. This is just everything.
Okay. This is the list in your head of all of the records that you'd like to get.
Yeah.
Are some of those my records? Or is this like a you thing?
These are all mine.
Well, I have my own list.
They wouldn't let us in their list, so we started one of our own. No, anyway, Chronic Town. This is we could talk about this more. We'll
probably do an actual full-on
I love
review
this.
video.
I love this EP. I was looking for this for a while, but I mean, I know it very well. So I was very, very happy to find this. This is an awesome thing.
It was $300. Number 2.
Glenn Branca.
This is an interesting one.
The Ascension. He still has the old tagger on it.
Still has the old wrapper on it.
Never been played.
No, yeah.
Well, I have not played this yet.
No, he's a new guy.
We really
he's
just got this.
brand
new. You can see the price. $3,000.
Yeah, these are all very expensive.
Man.
We spare no expense for this channel.
Yeah. Glenn Branca. This is also something that I listened to a ton years ago, but
this is more of a you thing.
I actually don't have this on CD either. So this was something I was not looking for, but I was very, very, very pleased when I found this.
Should we mention any of the record stores that we go to, or is that too much?
I don't know if people go in there to meet us, any of our fans.
Yeah, I don't want people to
to
know that where we're going.
I can only sign so many autographs, really. I have to sign. I ask myself all the time. Hey, Sean. Can I have your autograph?
Can I sign that for you?
This is an awesome album. We will also be talking about this at some point in our way and after our fashion.
Oh, number 3. It's Queens of the Stone Age. Like clockwork.
Now, why is this important?
Well, I mean...
No reason.
Okay. I can say this is one of my very favorite Queens of Stone Age albums. This is a big album for me when this first came out. And, yeah, I mean, it's hard to choose...
It has seen better days.
Best Queens of Stone Age album, but I do absolutely love this one.
I do too. I didn't actually listen to this when it was released because I was in another world.
You were.
But when I did, it did quickly become one of my favorite Queens of Stone Age records as well.
It's just beautiful. It's got everything that makes Queens of Stone Age wonderful is on every album basically. But this one just has, I don't know, it's emotional for me. It's very emotional. I can't explain it any better than that. Yeah. I bawl when I listen to this record.
You can't explain it any better than that.
Any better?
I can explain it any better than that. I almost didn't buy it. I don't know why. It's like, you see this in bookstores. You go to like the Strand or Book Review.
You know it so well. You're like, oh, I've listened to it 1,000,000 times. I have it on CD.
And it's like, it's not even that much money. And then you're about to leave. You're like, all right, I'll just go get it. Don't be silly.
You should have it on every format.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Stevie Wonder, Talking Book.
Talking Book.
Talking Book.
Right.
Yeah, so I was looking for this. I was looking for this and Intervisions because those are the 2 Stevie Wonder albums that I like the best. No, obviously this is a classic. It's got, Superstition and all those great songs.
Actually, I don't know these albums that well. I've listened to all of them. I definitely went through them more than once.
Yeah.
But I don't know them that well. So it'll be fun to listen to this more. This next one I wasn't looking for at all. This was looking for me.
He was looking for you.
But the funny thing is that the person who made this record, the artist, has another band, and I am always looking for one of those records. Now, I'm talking about...
Number 5.
Don't fall out of the f***ing thing. This thing has a booby trapped. I'm talking about Pussy Galore right now.
Right. Now, this is an album I have not listened to. So I can't really say much about it. I don't say much about anything.
I'm always looking for John Spencer Blues Explosion, Orange. That was something I got pretty early. I think that was at Christmas. I got like a ton of CDs that I just took a chance
From
on.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Orange was one of them, and I really, really liked that album a lot. So I'm always looking for that on vinyl, which is not terribly likely.
Yeah, I don't think
it may happen.
It.
But this was just sitting there looking at me.
The only reason I even really, well, not the only reason, the first time I heard of Pussy Galore was in my alternative book.
Yeah.
You know, and there's
Boss Hog.
Yeah.
Pussy Galore.
So there's one picture of them.
I think he's in that like at least 3 times.
Yeah, probably.
It's like,
That book is so great, such a great book. Yeah, so I mean that introduced me to so many bands that I wouldn't have heard of otherwise.
This is kind of funny because people, you could say it to me, you don't have this?
You don't have this?
I do now.
Yeah.
And this is Exile on Main Street.
The Rolling Stones.
Now, this is an interesting album in the history of
in the history of me.
Yeah, and me.
I've fought with this album.
Yeah.
I've gone rounds with this album.
A fighting.
Yeah.
Rounds.
Yeah. I started trying to listen to this a long time ago.
That sounds really makes it sound horrible.
I know. I really do enjoy it and I do love it. It just took a long time to really like get in there.
Well,
and I tried real hard.
There's a lot. We could talk about this in another video. I would still say it's probably not the best introduction to the Rolling Stones. If you're gonna, I
went for the big one. I
went
for
the double
3.
album. It's quite
a
long.
lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. So it's a lot when you're talking about the Stones. Sometimes it takes a lot to differentiate the songs when you've got so many.
Yeah.
It just does for me.
Well, I just remember the thing. I remember seeing a comment on, I don't remember what forum it was, where they were talking about double albums being too long, and just talking about how this could be shortened and that could be shortened. And someone said, "Throw a dart at a quarter of Exile on Main Street," and I just thought that was really funny.
Well, that is a really funny comment.
I just thought,
that's fine. That is funny.
It kind of rings true. It's definitely quite long.
But even when I first started listening to this years and years ago, Soul Survivor was the one song that I got immediately. So I remember there was even like one night I went out and it was when I still had a Discman, right? Like no MP3 player yet. And so I brought just Exile on Main Street with me. I was like, I want to listen to this all night. I have no other options. And I finally just put Soul Survivor on repeat for like the whole night. And like I was like, that's it. That's what I'm listening to. But I love that song.
All right, last
Definitely
one.
not least.
We talked about Tom Verlaine around the time that he died, and we talked about one of his other albums, Words from the Front.
Yes.
And at the time, I actually didn't have his first solo record. I think a lot of people consider this to be the strongest album that he put out, but I think all of them are interesting, and this is a great album though. I think this would be maybe his most appealing to a wider audience, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad. I'm excited to have this on.
It's very special. Very special. Obviously, pretty well known, but still not.
Yeah.
Not as much as maybe he could be.
Not his solo work, definitely.
Yeah.
His solo work is not
television
very well known.
Is spoken of plenty.
So I mean, this is a good haul. We found some really good stuff.
We did. I mean, it happens. It's rare that we go to a record shop and come away empty-handed.
Well, there's only so many Mary Martin compilations you can really buy,
So if this is something that you enjoy, you think it's fun to see the records that we buy and just a quick little chat about them, we can definitely do this more because we are buying records basically all the time. Things that we've got already, things that we haven't listened to, things that we just think are interesting, you know.
Things we could live without, excuse me.
All the things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Make sure to let us know what you think of any of these albums or any of this video in the comments. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to States and Kingdoms, and we'll see you next time.